I'm Deborah, welcome to MoggyBoxCraft. Going to share with you my favouriteest and best Christmas cake recipe. First thing we do is we put together a whole load of chopped fruit, which I'll go through with you as I do it. We've got our mixed fruit, some dates, some cranberries, some apricots, cherries, some orange juice, all going to go in here and soaked overnight. So that is all fruit chopped up in the pan. Any big fruit you just want to chop up into smaller pieces. And now we are just going to put in orange juice, hot water and your alcoholic beverage of choice. A rum, a whisky, anything like that. And then just leave to soak for 24 hours. This is the mix with all the liquids added in. I know this looks like an awful lot of dried fruit mixed with an awful lot of liquid, but it's because I am making 4 cakes. For per one cake, what I do put in 100 grams of cherries, and then 60 grams of dates, 100 grams of apricots, 40 grams of cranberries, and 450 grams of a dried fruit mix like raisins or sultanas. And then add in 100 grams of your whisky or rum, 150 grams of orange juice, and then 200 grams of hot water, and just leave this to steep overnight. Well, it has been 24 hours that the fruit has been soaking, so now I am going to add to my mix down here some brown sugar, soft brown sugar, some molasses and some dairy-free margarine, and some per cake you want to add in 100 grams of dairy-free butter, margarine, 100 grams of water and 200 grams of brown sugar. So I'm just going to bring this up to, heat this up, bring it up to the boil and let it simmer for 10 minutes. And then once that's been simmering for 10 minutes, we're just going to leave that to cool for an hour to 2 hours. Almost forgot, you need to add in 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, baking soda. So when you start seeing foaming, don't be alarmed. That's totally normal, totally to be expected. But I think it just helps to soften the fruit, I think. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It will foam up quite a lot, so just make sure that you originally put your mix in a big enough pot. This one's just big enough to do 2 cakes. I have no idea what size it is, so that probably doesn't help me in the slightest. Fantastic. So this is what your mix should pretty much look like when it's been taken to the boil. Just leave that to simmer for 10 minutes. And then we shall turn off the heat now because it's been 10 minutes. And leave that to cool for an hour to 2 hours before we do anything else. It's been about 2 hours now and my mix has been cooling. So now we're going to pop in the egg replacer and stir that in, and then we'll add all the dry ingredients. We shall get this cake baked. And Foofy on the floor here. You having a grumpy time? Oh, no cake for you. For cake I add in egg replacer equal to 2 eggs. So it's 1 teaspoon of the powder to 2 tablespoons of water. So now to do some handy dandy whizzing. Oh. So we're just going to whiz up my egg replacer. So just add in egg replacer. And give it a good mix. Now we've got all our wet mix done, it's time to do our dry ingredients. So we are going to, for per one cake, we do 400 grams of whole wheat flour, half a teaspoon of salt, then we've got a teaspoon of cacao powder, cocoa powder, I don't know how you say that, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground spice and nutmeg, and pop that all in a bowl together. Now our dry ingredients is done, I'm going to take an orange and a lemon, grate the zest off that and pop that into your dry ingredients. So just add the zest of whole orange and lemon. I shall just mix that in with my dry ingredients. And then we'll mix that in to all the wet ingredients. Perfect. So just mix in all the dry ingredients in with the wet. Try not to spill everything everywhere, but you know, maybe that adds to it, I don't know. So yeah, there is enough in this pot for 2 cakes. And I shall write, if I remember and figure out how, everything in the description box of what I've used, and the ingredients I've used. Ooh. This is definitely not a cake for anyone who wants a quick bake, but I totally think it's worth it, especially as a Christmas gift. Who am I kidding? I just like to eat them myself. Love Christmas cake. So I'm just going to continue mixing this. Right, so that's all pretty reasonably mixed. So put your oven on at 140. And now we are going to line a couple of cake tins. So I have no idea what size these are. I've got one. What does it say on it? Does it say on it? No, it doesn't. And I've got another one. The bottom comes out. So if you have some cake tins that look vaguely like this. Oh no, wait. 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Can you see that? 2 of these, or 1 per cake. With your lovely baking trays that want to keep falling apart, all I'll do is coat them a little with dairy-free marge, and then I cut little strips and place them around the outside so the cake doesn't stick, and 1 for the bottom, and I guess I will show you when I am finished. I don't think there really has to be any finesse to this. The rooster shouldn't be. As long as your cake does not stick to the pan. Oh, that's another good tip actually. Come on, I'm pointing scissors at you. Oh, danger. Yeah, try and remember to take the parchment off before your cake cools, as I discovered this the hard way and it sticks to your cake and then you have to cut it off. What we probably should do, but I cannot be bothered to do, is trace around the bottom of my pan. Can't be bothered to do that because I've already done 4 cakes and I think this will be fine. See? Perfect. And I'm just going to round the edges. This must be so noisy. Surely. No wonder we need to hear this much noise under light. Try and make some nice clean edges. Okay, admittedly, not the best fitting sheets, but it'll do the job. It's fine. Don't panic. Blob of Vitalite, kitchen towel. Scrub all over your pot. Just give that a good whap all over your baking dish so that the parchment can stick to it. And voila! Ta-da! Cake tin lined, I suppose. 1 down, 1 to go. Well, this batch anyway. Oven is at 140. I've a little bit of parchment ready, little holes cut at the top. This just stops the cakes burning. And just place them gently on top. Oh, if I can actually get this to work. Pop your cakes into the oven for 140 for an hour, and then turn it down to 120 for 2.5 hours, and the last 20 minutes just pop the oven off and then leave the cakes to cook by themselves for 20 minutes. So after nearly 4 hours, oops, a little bit steamy, our cakes are done. Okay, it's not for you. So now just got to get the cake out of there and to here. Delicately executed, I would say there. Lovely. Oh, that was quite loud. Just wait till they're completely cool. Wrap them up like these guys and then store them safely in some Tupperware until you need to ice. God, they smell good. Very pleased with that. So anyway, I am just going to, I don't know what I'm going to do, clear up the kitchen a little bit, let these guys cool down, and that's about it really. I'm not really sure how to end these videos. Subscribe, comment, give us a like, share, and we will see you next time. Bye! Hopefully that's helpful. If it's not, oh well, let's carry on. So many M's. How do people even make videos? I have no bloody idea. I was like, oh, kick down, kick down.